Namaste, I'm Vanessa Rudge from Being Yoga in Australia, and I wanted to share with you about drawing yoga stick figures. It's something that's really helped me, whether I'm creating a class and needing to look at a sequence and even teaching, and I can get that visual of what I'm doing, where I'm at in the class flow, or even as a student to be able to quickly draw the pose and maybe write a few notes around it if I'm attending a workshop. I hope that it helps you. It helped me when my teacher Twee Merrigan showed me. It really opened up a whole new world for me, and I hope that it will do the same to you. A picture is worth 1,000 words. So my first tip would be to use pencil, or to use like the whiteboard to rub out easily, because you're going to make mistakes, and to even give yourself permission to be a little dodgy at first. If you're a creative person and a natural artist, then by all means just add whatever flair and creativity that you want to. However, if you're not a creative person, then it's a good idea to just quiet that judging mind, that left brain analytical mind who says you're crap, and just let that be quiet and give it a go, because it really is helpful. For starters, I'll talk about the body proportions, because as you can see here, this body has a longer torso, and it kind of looks like one of those blue monkeys from Avatar. So the thing that you need to remember about our body proportion is that our torso is always shorter than our legs, and the hands come down to sort of just below our hips. One thing that I like to do, rather than drawing front on like this, is to actually draw side on. So this is Tadasana, and you can see that it's kind of easier to just draw it side on. The other thing that works for side on is things like downward facing dog. You just need to simply add in a little dash for the hands and for the feet, and I'll put a head in there. And downward dog, here we've got the proportions of the arms and torso being about the same length as the legs. Things like hands and knees can be a little bit of a challenge, because we don't necessarily know which way we're facing. So this is a hands and knees position, and this is maybe like a reverse table, the hands and the feet. So some people, to give some direction, they draw hair on the head, or maybe a little nose on the head. Some people have gone so far as to create lovely lady humps, if that works for you. It's not something that I do, but whatever floats your boat, as they say. So that's just an idea about giving some directionality to your stick figures. And when we're thinking about standing poses, so say this is an Anjaneyasana position. You can see that the back heel is lifted there, so it looks slightly different to, say, the Vira 2. Oops, yes, have an eraser handy. So the Vira 2 might look more like this. Yeah. With the back toes, you can have them more turned out, whereas, say, the more classic Vira 1 is to have the toes facing forward. So you can see there that you can tell the difference, certainly by the arms, but also by the little foot position that you've got there. Another one that Twee showed me was for the revolved position. So say your revolved Parivrtta Trikonasana, revolved triangle pose. So you draw your triangle pose, and then perhaps just do a circle around the hips, and that means that it's the revolved position. So there's Trikonasana or revolved triangle. Let's have a look at a few back bends. So say your cobra actually that's more like a sphinx pose. Cobra, the elbows come back a little and hands on the floor, and it's a bit of a small head, but you get the picture. And perhaps say upward facing dog, something like this, where the legs and the hands are level. Even for things like bow pose, you could draw the hands coming back, and just the feet gives it a little bit of direction there. Hopefully you'll be able to decipher your drawings when you get home. Now, as a vinyasa teacher, I like to also add in movement, so it's really nice to be able to give movement to the stick figures as well. So say for this one is a downward facing dog, and we've got the leg lifted, so that's the three-legged dog, and say we do some pulsing, like knee into the chest. So what I do is create a dashed line, so the knee into the chest looks something like this. So that just gives you this idea of moving in and out. Or say with this position, and you have the knee to chest and the leg extended out. So this is hands and knees, and we draw the knee into the chest, and then the leg extends back out. So you can see how the dashed lines can give it some movement. So we could look at a few of the seated postures if you like. Perhaps Paschimottanasana, just moving into that sort of position, and again the side on, and just drawing one leg, or just the profile view is that much easier than trying to do two legs in your stick figures, particularly in these profile pictures. The other ones, perhaps you could think about Janushasana, so the leg comes out, and then we're forward folding here. Pigeon, I always find it just easier to go like this. I haven't really mastered pigeon pose, but maybe you can get back to me on that one. So I hope this helps you out a little, and I wish you all the very best with your stick figures. Namaste.